All right, back to what we're saying. So we'll start off with you, Davis. Some opening comments on what it was like getting your first win.
Yeah, it was nerve-wracking, honestly. Anytime you're trying to get your, win a golf tournament, more or less to get your first win is always tough. You're going to have to kind of step up there and hit some shots. And, fortunately, we were able to kind of execute some really good shots coming down the stretch. And it was really fun.
Yeah, I'll second that. I feel like we both handled it very well past your coming down the stretch. First timers, obviously, so be able to do that together, kind of rub off each other's confidence and sort of attitude. He's definitely special to be able to have a partner for the other side.
And talk about, I have a lot of family and friends that were following around today, and no, not too far away from here, being from Mississippi. What it's like to have friends and family there to witness the win.
Yeah, anytime you're playing close to home is pretty special, and just to have, friends, family, and others out there was really cool, and to, get it done in front of a home crowd for the first time was really special.
Yeah, I have my mom and one of my sisters here. To have them here for this meet was really special. My dad wasn't here. My other sister partner, my fiance wasn't here, so that's unfortunate, but I'll definitely give a big hug when I get back home.
Definitely a unique tournament here. How was just the atmosphere of winning, and especially that precisional coming in?
Yeah, I was thinking about it, and I was telling Nick afterwards, it's almost, being golfers, and he was talking about it too, just being golfers, you always want to be in control. And it's kind of weird, just it's pretty nerve-wracking watching somebody, when you're kind of not in control. But, luckily I've got a really good partner, so I wasn't, worried about too much. But, yeah, you're just rooting for each other as hard as you can to hit the best shot. And, luckily we were able to do so and get the win with, one of my best friends, Nick, is pretty special.
Earlier in the week, you guys had discussed that this kind of pairing came about a little late. How happy are you now about whoever texted who first and accepting it? And how soon is this going on your schedule again next year?
It's on the schedule, but I don't my partner commits with me now.
That's right. We'll definitely be back to an event. No, it's this all kind of transpired kind of last minute, and I'm really glad it worked out the way it did.
We're going to open it up for questions for the media. If you guys do have a question, probably come a little bit closer just so we can hear you guys, but we'll start off here. Paul, you can go ahead.
Yes. At what point down the stretch that things kind of turned, I feel like you guys were really intense for this thing up to certain if it starts back and then.
Once I got that putt to going up 13, I had to, we had a Sean for sure. But then when Davis hit the flush 5-iron on 14 to Mitch, that was huge because that hole, if it played tough on that probably had been many birdies there. To get a birdie there was huge. That I knew that we had to just play solid down the stretch.
Yeah, I kind of always felt like we were in position, but I knew coming down the back nine we were going to have to make a couple birdies, and especially when Nick made that nice birdie putt on 13, and then whenever we made birdie on 14, I was like, okay, we're right in the thick of this thing, and I knew we probably need to stag maybe one or two more coming in, and Nick hit a really nice wedge on 16, and then I made the putt, and then I kind of knew we were in a spot and we could kind of control our own destiny, and for that one to go in on 17 was a little bonus, and luckily we were able to, par was good enough on the last.
Highly decorated amateur player now getting the first advance together is very to the early career replied just we expect needs come to early that he cut down like you were Jill for fact and he said he's had a fault. I think that.
Yeah, I feel like I've been playing better golf lately, especially hitting the ball. I just had to really show in results. But once you get some momentum going and an event like this, once you get a little momentum going to the partner, I feel like it just can happen fast, and I feel like nothing happened.
Yeah, for sure. And I was really excited about the pairing this week because me and Nick have such similar games. We've been around each other for so long, and there was definitely a level of comfort there. But yeah, to have a couple of chances to win last year and not being able to do so, I just tried to, and that's maybe what I've struggled with a little bit earlier in the year. This season, trying to, putting that expectation on myself, a little bit more pressure to do so, since I did have a couple times last year. And And it's been tough. I haven't played the golf I really wanted to probably the last 4 or 5 months, but I just try to keep chipping away at it and just try to get better and better each week. And I know Nick has been playing some good golf recently, and it always comes a little bit surprisingly, but it's not surprising that we got it done, just because I feel like both of our games are in a good spot. We're so comfortable around each other.
Where you have to take us through how long on each other and your felt for this game.
Yeah, I believe we met when we were 14 or 15 at PJG events. That's when we'd see each other. We weren't locally playing against each other early, but we were partners actually in the 4-ball format, the fake, at the Wyndham Cup, BJG East First West Third Power Tournament. So being partners there, I don't remember much about the week, but I know we were partners. So it just goes back to our friendship and seeing each other. I mean, I don't know how many events we played together, hundreds of golf tournaments together. So many practice rounds. So obviously, like David said, we know each other's games well, and we both know how hard we work at it. And feel like we really controlled our attitudes well, and just got to keep the water going.
And going back.
Got already back here one round. Y'all thought about me the last minute I eat this birds. I'll laugh at and some other then. Also, they can see on this. It's made that she get shot looked on the 16 up on burning air and he is for the 3-foot fight. What was God pretty out? He said the third right one, did that kind for a compass and yet for at that.
Yeah, for sure. I feel like all day we were in it. We could kind of control our own destiny if we played good golf, but kind of like what Nick was saying, I knew we were really in the thick of it when he made a nice birdie putt on 13, and then 14 I had a close iron shot in there, and then he made the putt. But yeah, I feel like we were always in a good spot, and when those birdies came at 13 and 14, I really knew that we had a legitimate chance, and I knew there were some guys in the MAC that were crying out to make a run. So I just knew if we kind of hit some good shots coming in, and if we're able to snag 1 or 2 more, I knew we had a chance to win.
And I asked about
Or if Mike's at work now, bring in Mike front already.
them. I'm going to ask you about the up and down, all to hipster and how big is show? Maybe be beautiful and blowing it today.
Yeah, I think I was here with this. We had a long par street before that, and I think for us to get one going home on 18 a par 5, and I feel like you got to do one was big. Yeah, I certainly felt it. Having to get that up and down, that was definitely crucial for today.
For sure, and I don't know about you, but I feel like there was a little bit of a chip on our shoulder from Friday, but we made bogey. I was like, we got to get this thing. I didn't really help that cause too much because I was in the water just spectating. So
And the colors of the water in front end.
But for Nick to get that ball up and down on 18 Saturday, I thought that was big time. That was one of those ones that it definitely made dinner taste a little bit better, and it kind of kept us, right there in it. I know it's only one stroke, but there's a big difference, I feel like, between being 3 and 4 MAC. So that was really a really nice up and down Nick made, and yeah, I felt like that was really a big point for us.
Still sticky on me. Just the town, at least out this name, but that's cool. Sorry in advance, but just waiting so close to our hometown way beats for the fans that often can't see these.
Yeah, for sure. Anytime you can win close to home is special. I had lots of friends and family out, and obviously some people that could be here as well. But no, it's special, and it's to do it so close to home. I'm honestly speechless about it. And I don't know if it's quite hitting me at the moment, but I could be more excited. I'm looking forward to celebrating with a lot of close friends.
And we're going to go after in the front of all.
I think this could use it with the picture. So how kind of validating is it? How does dogs snap the dash at a deep play mother?
Yeah, you just remind me of it, actually. I got hurt last year on this day here. I hurt my wrist here on this day. I was actually in the hospital probably at this point last year. So it's a lot better place to be at here. Yeah, I felt involved in my wrist a year ago, and I was out probably 5 weeks or something. And so there was a lot of definitely stress, and I got the bad start last year at my rookie year. So yeah, to bounce back from that, those things, it's definitely huge for me. And I just look back to last year now, and it's like that we've kind of come pretty well.
Staying this similar to you, a couple of finishes last year, you have the time. Now for him, you have to play one in certain Susan line, similar kind of path or you meant it final to get back here.
For sure. No, this was, starting in Valsport. We're kind of starting this week too. That's where I got a little bit on a run last year, rattled off some really nice weeks in a row. But yeah, no, it is pretty cool coming back here. Obviously being in my rookie year last year and, come so far since then, and to be, winter on tour in your second year and late through the season with one of my best friends is really cool. And hopefully it's going to open up the floodgates for the both of us. And I really do, Nick's stand is in a really good spot. And I feel like Pi's, in a really nice direction as well. Hopefully it's just the beginning for both of us.
But with he hacking off the back road, like he near what happened.
I'm not sure, but having to do with I think the pressure with the teammate definitely makes it less stressful one-sided, but to feel it down the stretch, no matter what it is, it's definitely beneficial for both of us.
Yeah, for sure. I think anytime you grab any kind of experience of getting in the, the hunt to win a golf tournament, because I know I could probably speak for Nick as well on this. I was pretty nervous coming down the stretch trying to win this tournament. It's never easy trying to win, and you're always going to face a little adversity or somebody's going to get on a run at some point. So I think, and Nick has talked about it a little bit, our attitude. We just I feel like our attitude all week was just pressing forward and trying to execute the best possible shot we could at the moment. And I think we did a really good job of that. It all kind of stacked up to, lead to where we were. And it was literally the perfect week with us.
Yeah, we have a friend.
They've some characters. Search for a dealer.
And that's it. Yeah, and it's running well, what accurate. And they get falling. Come before I had a hard gap wedge off from the fairway. I just kind of grabbed the ground a little weird. Made a bad swing, but I got stuck in the ground a little bit. My left wrist kind of right on his column, like just called the pop in my wrist. I played the rest of the round. But I woke up the next morning. It was full as an I could join into itself. Shot to some. Started raining down when it's just covering the positive they ride here, the LT break and I was here for a few days after the turn. I had like in the gland for a little bit, but I was only out 4 or 5 weeks, so I got one. The Brisbane enemies are pretty I'm only out 4 or 5 weeks, and I played to the dollar bounds.
Which day was that? Which map?
It was 5 rapids.
And I'm sort of this week, was there anything in particular in the strategy that we think helped to lead? You're going to teach us, or did it setting shots, but whatever.
Well, it was a little easy because I felt like both Davis and I are great ball strikers. We never really cared and took part. But then I took Dodds last year and I took Edith last year, so that's just for me another count. So it was quite simple, really. But I think going back to what we said earlier about attitude, I remember neither of us getting mad after a shot, one shot. That was huge for us. We just handled our emotions so well, and now that it was back out, I think that was the biggest scene.
Wonderful. I think that's all the questions we had. Thank you, Nick Davis, for taking time speaking with us. Again, congratulations on the victory.